Hey guys, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back with the next 10 must-have records for any new jazz vinyl collector. To see the first video, which is the first 10 records you should consider adding to your collection, click this card. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I'm releasing multiple videos every week. I'm giving away records. All right, let's jump right in. This is 10 amazing jazz records in no particular order. This is number 10. Sonny Rollins, Saxophone Colossus. This is Sonny Rollins' sixth studio album, released in 1957 on the Prestige label. Rollins is one of my favorite musicians. He has such an amazing tone and personality on his instrument. Check him out in silhouette there. Saxophone Colossus is considered Sonny Rollins' breakthrough album, and there is a ton of Sonny Rollins I could have picked for this list. Feel free to jump into his discography pretty much anywhere, but this record has a super solid reputation for being one of his best. Saxophone Colossus. All right, next we got Chet Baker Sings. This is the debut vocal album by jazz trumpet player Chet Baker. It was released in 1954 on the Pacific Jazz label, and Baker is someone that I ignored for a long time, if I'm being honest. But I recently did a video on jazz singers, which you can find here. Incredible video. And after giving Baker a shot and giving this record a couple spins, I am very happy to add him to the collection. In 2001, this album received the Grammy Hall of Fame award. My Funny Valentine was regularly included in concert performances and is basically considered to be one of his signature songs. Chet Baker Sings. All right, this record right here has just quickly become one of my favorite albums. This is Sarah Vaughan with Clifford Brown, and this isn't only a jazz masterpiece, which it is, it's sonically a beautiful album to listen to. It has a beautiful soundstage, and I just love this album. This album was singer Sarah Vaughan's own favorite of her works, and this record was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. I think this is a must-have for any jazz collector. All right, Bobby Hutcherson. Bobby Hutcherson, another one of my favorite musicians. This is Stick Up. I did a full review of this record. Click this card to see that. But vibraphonist Bobby Hutcherson recorded a ton of amazing albums as a leader and sideman. I chose Stick Up just because I believe this record was recorded during Hutcherson's prime, and it's recently been issued on this killer Tone Poet edition. This record is also the first of many times that he and McCoy Tyner would appear together, and they just sound awesome here. 5 of the 6 tracks are Hutcherson compositions, with the exception being Ornette Coleman's Una Muy Bonita, and Stick Up is just an amazing album, and Tone Poet really did it justice with a beautiful presentation and incredible sound quality. All right, another one that's been reissued on Tone Poet recently, and another one that I recently reviewed is trumpeter Freddie Hubbard and his record from 1964, Breaking Point. And this record's considered kind of a departure in style from his earlier work, where he was working quite a bit with the Jazz Messengers right before this came out. And all the tunes on this record were composed by Hubbard, except one composed by drummer Joe Chambers. And Breaking Point is a progressive record that was way ahead of its time. This Tone Poet release also sounds incredible. I think this is one of the best sounding records that Tone Poet has released so far, at least of the ones that I have. I don't have all of them, but of the ones I have, this just sounds crazy good. Freddie Hubbard, Breaking Point. All right, number 5. I'm doing a terrible job of counting this down, but number 5, Horace Silver, 6 Pieces of Silver. Look at that great cover. 6 Pieces of Silver was released on Blue Note in 1957. It features awesome performances and includes Donald Byrd on trumpet and Hank Mobley on tenor. It's basically the Jazz Messengers from this era without Art Blakey on drums. Pianist Horace Silver recorded a ton of records, and I think this is one of his best and a great place to start with his music. Man, I cannot get enough of this record. This is Chick Corea, Now He Sings, Now He Sobs. And this record is just so original and beautiful. In my opinion, it's probably the most original sounding record on this list. It's Corea's second album, was released in 1968, and all the tracks on this album are improvisations based on Corea's ideas. In 1999, the single Now He Sings, Now He Sobs was given the Grammy Hall of Fame award. I love the variety that Chick Corea offers in his discography, and for me, Now He Sings, Now He Sobs is his masterpiece and a necessary record for any jazz collection. This is Idle Moments. It was released on Blue Note in 1965, and it's a straight-up masterpiece. Grant Green is one of the great jazz guitarists, and his work on Idle Moments is super easy on the ears and required listening for all jazz fans. Grant Green, Idle Moments. All right, 2 to go. This one is Jimmy Smith. This is Back at the Chicken Shack. Jimmy Smith was an organ player, and this is his 1963 Blue Note offering. And this record and Midnight Special, which is also a top-notch record, were both recorded during the same session. And Back at the Chicken Shack includes 4 lengthy tunes and are top-notch. I love albums that have long extended tunes on them. And this is one of those records you can just sit back and groove. Similar to Grant Green, I think Jimmy Smith just has such an easy listening sound, and it's just really easy to get into. This record features Stanley Turrentine on sax, Kenny Burrell on guitar, and Donald Bailey on drums. There is a ton of great Jimmy Smith albums, and I just think this is a great place to start for most listeners. The incredible Jimmy Smith, Back at the Chicken Shack. And last, but by no means least, we got Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard. It was almost a crime leaving Bill Evans off of the first list. But here he is appearing on his 1961 Riverside album, Sunday at the Village Vanguard. This record is widely considered one of the best live jazz recordings of all time. Bill Evans was one of the greatest jazz pianists of all time, and this record showcases his talent in all of its glory. If you like this album, Waltz for Debbie includes further music from the same night. This is such a beautiful album and a great way to enter the Bill Evans rabbit hole. All right, guys, that's all I got for this video. I hope you discovered something new. Let me know what records you think are required collecting for people new to jazz on vinyl. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.